this is one of their top cards they've had. Josh Berkovic is another of those young guys, up and coming, a featherweight who also is undefeated. He should get a test tonight in the tough Brenson Hansen. That's the way it shapes up for World Series of Fighting 16 to close out 2014. The rule system, it's a 10-point must rule. The judges are looking for effective striking, grappling, aggression, and cage control. The rules important here: no knees or kicks to the head of a grounded opponent. Let's get the official introductions and go to ring announcer Jazz Sakura.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the World Series of Fighting 16. We are live at the McClellan Conference Center in the capital city of Sacramento, California. We'd like to welcome our viewers that are watching at NBCSN. This fight is brought to you by Everlast Hydrate Elite. 3 rounds in the World Series of Fighting featherweight division. And now, introducing, fighting out of the blue corner of the decagon. This fighter's record is perfect with 5 victories and no defeats. Standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing 146 pounds. He fights out of San Francisco, California, by way of Montclair, New Jersey. Introducing Josh Berkovic. And now, his opponent across the decagon, fighting out of the red corner. His record, 6 victories, 2 defeats, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing 144.5 pounds. He fights out of Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of Kailua, Hawaii, presenting Brenson Hansen. Your referee for this fight is Milton Wallace.
You see that little move? You see his little move?
Doctors, right?
He's got to know the lady over there.
Ready to fight? Here they go. It's featherweight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Josh Berkovic coming in here at 5-0. Berkovic with the blue tapes around his glove.
1 knockout, 3 submissions, only went once to a decision. That looks good.
And he's fighting in Brenson Hansen, a man that comes out of the Extreme Couture Gym in Las Vegas, who comes in here with a 6-2 record. 5 of those by decision, so we know he can wait around. He can be patient and wait for his moment.
You know, and he's an active fighter as well, and every time when you see him, he gets better. So he's learning, still learning in the process there, and training with all the great guys over there, of course.
Certainly that is the key. That's misleading sometimes, isn't it? When you see all those decisions, you wonder how active is the fighter. Does he just kind of drag the fight along and hope for the judge's decision? That's certainly not the case with Hansen.
No, it's not. And you know, it's also the guys he fights, of course. You know, he fights tough guys. Well, they're very hard to stop.
Ooh. That's why most figure this is a good matchup early on here for the undefeated Berkovic. Berkovic comes in and willing to exchange briefly with him as Hansen.
Yeah, with the double jab and the right straight. He had to watch out, though, because his chin was a little bit up when he came in.
Another undefeated fighter, Marias, coming up later. And then, of course, the main event, Palhares and Fitch, welterweight title on the line. Nice low kick, followed up by a nice punch. Berkovic fires out a kick of his own.
Berkovic looks a little bit more comfortable in his striking.
Hansen charging in.
Yep. Not that I'm saying he can't strike, but he's more cautious. Hansen. Looking for that takedown, we found out. Every time he throws a punch, Berkovic counters it. So what do you know now? Maybe I should throw a punch, just a lazy punch, let him counter it, use that moment to shoot for a takedown. There we go.
Nice kick by Berkovic.
Has his hands low. Some guys say, why are they doing that? Well, if you fight a good wrestler, it's, you know, don't keep them all the way up.
Got to worry about that takedown. Oh, what a nice punch there by Hansen, clipping Berkovic.
Nice. That's the thing. Once you start shooting a few times, make him think it's going for a takedown, and at that moment you're inside his head. Then you can fake a takedown and come on top with a punch. This takedown here.
Berkovic wanting to get it on the ground quickly after taking that punch.
Yeah.
Get it down there, regroup. He has a strong wrestling background, of course, coming out of there training with the likes of Jake Shields, among others. Just feel at any moment.
Someone's going to make a mistake.
Someone's going to make a break. That's right.
That's like what Hansen already did. You know, suddenly he lands the big punch. And right away, you see that Berkovic is, you know, it's a little holding back now.
Nice knee. Hansen delivers as Berkovic tries to push the action back up against the fence.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Real
Double
nice.
body shot and then on top. And then the takedown. Beautiful. Working, working, working.
So Berkovic in that sequence doing a lot of things right. A punch and a takedown. And no, he is not going to let Hansen walk up there. Hansen backs back up and pops back up.
That was nice, though. He came close to getting his back. That's training with Jake Shields right there.
Getting ready, final seconds. Round one scheduled for 3. Some good action by Berkovic and Hansen. Both guys making some points here in the first 5 minutes. Here we go, round 2. This one is scheduled for 3. Josh Berkovic undefeated. He has the blue tape around his gloves. The man with the beard is Brenson Hansen. Coming in here, Hansen with a record of 7-2. And once again, they charge the action against the fence. Here we go back to round 1. Boom! Hansen with the right.
Yep. Now some power on those shots. That left hook. I love that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pop, pop, body, body, head, head, and then that double leg.
Got to see some boxing and some wrestling all at once there by Berkovic.
Beautiful.
That's why he's so highly touted. They think he's going to be such a well-rounded fighter, still young in his career, to 5-0 record.
Yeah.
Let's check in with Joey Varner.
All right, Kenny, I was in the corner of Brenson Hansen, and they were very pleased with his performance. They liked the way he found that right home, and a home for that right hand, and they think he can keep doing it if he pumps that jab. The key with the jab is he has to bring it straight back to his face. If he brings it low, he gets countered. If he pumps a good, stiff, straight jab down the pipe, he sets up that right, and he'll be able to hurt his opponent.
All right, thanks, Joey.
Yep, I like it. I was just wondering, at the end of round number 1, I saw, you know, Berkovic, his stance. It makes me think he's either, he did karate or taekwondo or something before. Maybe that's with his hands, he's comfortable there. Something about that stance. I'm going to try to find out. Oh, there we go again. The double shot on top now. Did include the body and double leg. Wow. He didn't grasp his hands together, but he was able to put it on the ground. Now to keep it there against a guy like Hansen, that's a different story. Because he's a great wrestler. And there we go.
And once again, looks like Hansen also caught an elbow along the way with the blood that's over the top part of his forehead and right over, looks like, around the left eyebrow area. Jake Shields, sort of a mentor now for Josh Berkovic. Berkovic is on a streak. He's undefeated in his last 4. He has finished his opponents. Knockout and 3 submissions.
Nice.
Keep the center of the ring, Josh.
Now Jake is a very calm and quiet and collected guy, even when he fights.
And even when he's in the corner.
I imagine if he says something, everyone will pay attention. And certainly they have a good game plan coming in here against a tough fighter, a seasoned fighter already in Brenson Hansen. Hansen with the red tape around his gloves. Berkovic with a good round so far.
A good round, but he should just start using uppercuts. If Hansen comes in, he leans a little over. Maybe he was popping in a right uppercut there. Hansen should start working the body head more. Go to the body and then go to the head. Or vice versa, of course.
Blood under the eye of Berkovic now. I'm not sure if it came from Hansen. And that exchange in close. And a good exchange there once again. A couple of nice punches by Berkovic. Pushes the action against the fence. Hansen still standing.
Still that white stands, but 2 minutes ago he was able to take him down. But then again, he can keep him down. Hansen back up.
Berkovic a couple of rabbit punches in there as they get the action back out. And there is blood from Berkovic. From both fighters.
First blood.
Well, you wonder also, too, a punch or an elbow might have slid in there. We think it was an elbow early on, and maybe that last round of the first part of this round for Brenson Hansen that opened that cut over his forehead. Oh, that was a nice right by Hansen.
There we go again. Pretty much the same right as through round number 1. Now Berkovic is bleeding more now. You can tell the heart rate's going up.
Oh, it's coming down now. You can see it right under the left eye. The good news for the fighter, it's not above the eye.
That's a good thing.
That's the toughest part for a fighter to deal with when the blood is coming down as opposed to running down the cheek. Cosmetically, it looks bad, but it doesn't affect the vision usually. Final seconds of this round. A round that turned out to be bloody for both fighters, with the third and deciding round still coming up when we come back.
You can't go to this last round. Make sure to win this round, okay? So more fades, look for those shots again. You probably really got that round.
Not worry about, okay? It's a moment. Just be quiet. You can fix it up. Don't worry about it. It's a close fight.
Hey, Josh, it's a too close fight. You have to win this round, all right? The first round could have gone either way.
We need this round. Watch off the break.
So let's try to get a couple takedowns. Let's try to pound him. Scoop the legs, get a takedown this time.
Yeah, but to the level, yeah, to the level, okay? Run us out, guys, run us out, let's go. Run us out, guys, let's go. Hold up, back up.
Brenson Hansen on the left. On the right is Josh Berkovic. Berkovic, undefeated record on the line in what has been a tough and bloody fight for both men as we go into this third and final round between the featherweights. And the action coming right at him as Hansen once again moves the pace. In that last round, some close quarter fighting. And right here, a headbutt that opened up a cut As there you see the reaction from Berkovic, and he had opened it up under his left eye. Earlier, Hansen had taken an elbow that had opened the cut up above his forehead. And now what has been a struggle, giving and taking, not much either way, boss. How does this fight look coming into a third round that's very close?
Well, I would, in the corner, I would say you need to win this round, both these guys. So whatever you got left in the gas tank, let's throw it out.
Let's check in with Joey on what's going on in the Berkovic corner.
Well, I'll tell you, Kenny, Boss pretty much just hit the nail on the head on the advice that Jake Shields gave Josh Berkovic. He said this fight is close. It could be going either way. You need to win this round. You need to do it decisively. They wanted to see aggression from him, and aggression in all areas of fighting. Lots of punch, lots of kicks, lots of takedowns, lots of aggression, but win this round and do it decisively if you want to win the fight.
Wow. And what about that reversal we just saw here?
Yeah.
Was that insanely cool or what? Brenson Hansen, man, he can wrestle.
Brenson Hansen from Hawaii, based now in Las Vegas, fighting out of Extreme Couture. He has only lost once. That was by a submission. He has lost once. The other's been a split decision.
Oof. That was the cross hook again. And this time, because he didn't drop on the cross, he connected with the hook.
And with under 3 minutes to go in this kind of fight, boss, how important is it? A few flashes, a few punches, kicks, something that may get excitement, or a takedown might sway a judge watching along the way.
Yes, it might, you know, but the thing is, can he keep him on the ground? Every time Hansen puts himself in the perfect position, puts his back against the cage, you know, and he's going to lean on his left hand, and as soon as his opponent's going to let go of that grip, he's going to skip his hips up, put the foot down, post the foot that's already coming, his right leg. He's going to sit up. There we go. Push through the left knee and the right foot. Now he just has to watch out that once he gets up, his opponent doesn't take his back. Because Berkovic, you don't want a guy like that on your back. You see, it's just very hard.
Berkovic hanging on. He wants to keep this he wants to keep it on the ground, obviously. And he gets Hansen back there right now.
He needs to pull him up like he did right now and drag him to the center of the cage, I would almost say. There's a better chance of keeping him there. There he is again. So are you going to count those takedowns? See what I mean?
And Hansen goes down again with the takedown, and that gets into the age-old question. I don't care what organization it is, when you're watching MMA out there, does it take down when they escape the takedown, when they stand back up, does it counter it?
Yep, they shoot not.
And we see it scored differently all over the country.
That's it. Now, if you take him down, deliver a few shots, at least you land something, or you go for a submission attempt, then I say, okay, count it. But if nothing happens, because you have to control him the whole time, and as soon as you let him go, he's back on his feet, they simply shouldn't count it. I would really focus on my striking if I was Berkovic. I wouldn't go for these takedowns.
Well, the takedowns have certainly mounted up, but he's not been able to come up with any kind of submission attempt, and certainly no punches.
Or suddenly let him go now and start raining down punches as hard as you can.
As we approach 30 seconds to go, he gets a couple in.
He gets a couple in. At least now he's working something there. There we go again. Raining punches, elbows, throw everything out. You get 15 seconds left. The last round. Make an impression.
Well, Berkovic certainly controlling all of the action in the last 2 minutes of this fight. Will that be enough? Will these repeated takedowns and a few punches like that be enough for the judges? Because now it's all up to them. Berkovic and Hansen going the distance. Entertaining, competitive fights. Who won it? We'll have the judge's decision when we come back to Sacramento.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of fighting, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judges Wade Vieira, Brandon Saucedo, and Susan Thomas Gitlin all score the fight 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision, Josh Berkovic!
Berkovic with a lot of takedowns and controlling the fight totally in the last 2.5 minutes of the fight. Boss perhaps paid off. He is still undefeated at 6-0.
Yeah, that's the thing, but keep going with the takedowns because he's constantly pressing his will upon his opponent. So, yeah.
And his mentor, Jake Shields, he paid attention to him. It was a tough loss for Brenson Hansen here tonight and a big win for Josh Berkovic.
Yeah. Get ready. What you wanna do? If you don't strike first, that's when they gon' come at you. Yeah. And you know it's true. Don't let your life get worse. Being timid, that ain't cool. Nah.